business.
What I talk about with students is, the value. The value is the thinking. The value is taking what you know and applying it, but being open to, making mistakes, taking risks, under reasonable risks, and that there's just certain skills that lifelong learning, technology, as technology continues and continues to evolve. I mean, students coming out of post-secondary education, the idea that they're in business or they're in medicine or they're in, I mean, it's not that, like when we have the government decisions, about certain programs that are going to be, promoted because we have a need for people in those programs, and business is not incorporated, as a general heading. But the frustrating thing to me, or the point I would say, is that you can have STEM, okay, you can have healthcare, but business and elements of business are in all of these things. And so, yeah, you may graduate with an MBA and you may end up running, a hospital. Okay. Maybe not. I talked a few months ago about branding and with a higher ed branding person. And her comments on branding were very, in higher ed in Canada, were very interesting. And so if you were to describe IBU's brand, how might you describe that?
I mean, there's a lot to that question. I think, everybody says personalized education.
Right. Yeah.
So when you actually get into an organization, you understand what that actually means. And I would say the branding element of personalized education always requires us to be taking a close look. So at IBU, so as soon as I came in, I spoke to a lot of students and I wanted to understand what their experience was. And they described IBU as their community, their family. They actually gave very specific examples of how people at IBU had really helped them, had been a huge support. They spoke about their faculty, right? Not only were the faculty teaching them, but they were connecting them in community. They were sharing much more than just what was happening in the curriculum with them. They were helping them to get connected to jobs and different opportunities.